Welcome, the War Chief of Light is back with another epic video. Hi, my name's PB, but you lovely people are more than welcome to call me Peeps. This video is about me and how stubborn that I can be. Either way, we are talking hardware, mouse and keyboard, and controllers today. Before getting into that, if you like this sort of stuff, you like lore, you like deep dives, Final Fantasy, gaming, or just nerdy stuff in general, well, honey, you're home. Hit that subscribe button, because listen, we tend to do nerdy here pretty well. Alright, let's talk about this game, controllers, and my preconceptions right now. I walked into Final Fantasy XIV with a large preconception of what an MMO is supposed to be. That's a whole video in its own, and we'll probably do that at another date, but you know. This preconception comes to hardware. I started playing on mouse and keyboard only. No, it's not me being an ass, that's what World of Warcraft could be played on. Alright, most of my other games I play with controller, especially the adventure games, even some of the shooters, because I'm really bad at them. Okay? Alright. Back when I first started really getting into Warcraft, I bought a Logitech G510. I'm going to leave that on the screen here with all those extra buttons on the side. And I lived off that small section on top. Section on the bottom was for cooldowns. So, lived on it. And in Warcraft and Warcraft's design, it's easier to do that because in those 6 buttons on top, I had my full rotation. I had my cooldowns on the next level, and I had Bloodlust assigned to 6 buttons. So I could just hit it and go. I know, right? I eventually upgraded to a Tartarus and a Blotta button mouse. I'll show them on screen somewhere. Now these devices work very well because World of Warcraft, again, you can do most of your rotation between 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 buttons with a few cooldowns. So if you have your 5, 6, 7 buttons all in a little circle, you can move quickly, reach out for a cooldown, game over. Right? I'm also going to preface that I got tiny ass little hands. Tiny. On the Tartarus, I can't reach the top row. Usually put Bloodlust on that because I would take my hand off of it to reach it. So if I was doing it, it was on purpose. So there's a lot of buttons that even though it has, I don't reach with my widow hands. Now I know you guys know this. If those of you who are refugees like myself, or if you're a Warcraft player looking in, it's a little different on the other side, my friends. Especially after level 60. Not only do you get large button rotations, there are some classes that have a rotation here, a rotation there, and defensive cooldowns. We're looking at the Paladin. Yes, you. And a lot of the classes sneak in those weaving buttons or those extra damage, as you've heard, or just instant casts that don't go on cooldown. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it got a lot fast, and it got confusing because I was starting to reach in places that I wouldn't reach for before, and tiny little hands. So it went south fast for me. It's a culture shock. And if you've been watching any of my streams, which I highly recommend, obviously, I know, shameless, I agree, you'll see me only used 5 to 7 buttons in anything I did because that's what was easy. I learned what I needed the most and survived on it. Yeah, I was wrong, I'm aware. Final Fantasy XIV is fully controller compatible. Fully. 110% fully. Yeah, you can do everything on your controller. Everything. And no, it's not just a, well, you should totally do this on mouse and keyboard because, no, you could totally do it on your controller. You're fine. You're fine. Now, I've always known that. Kinda. And I admit, I am a big fan of that, especially for accessibility. If that's your play style, fine. But why wasn't I doing it? Knowing that I was struggling. Stubborn. That's why. It's not the way you're supposed to play. It's not how you play an MMO. Why would you do that? Because you're stubborn, peeps, that's why. I even once humored my IRL friend who told me to shut up and try the controller. Tried it for like an hour and said, nope, not for me, I'm the real deal. I play mouse and keyboard. I tease him. It's between me and him, I don't actually think that way. And then I bought a controller. It was for other games, but I figured I'd try it since I now had a brand new one. Alright, listen, I'm going to admit this. It is a hard jump. Alright, it is a difficult mind shift on how to do things. And I admit it takes time. Alright? But a couple things I learned right away is, one, things are not more difficult on controller. They're not. The reason you fuck stuff up is because you forgot the button to do it on, or your muscle memory's not there yet. Okay? That's first few things I learned. Next, I looked up a legendary video, which, yes, we're linking it below. 100%. Check it out. It is an amazing guide to controller play. Not only have I watched it, I have rewatched it. I have gone to specific sections and rewatched it. I have watched it while playing to see if I can catch it. I have done a dungeon, come back and watch that part again. I've watched the shit out of this video because it's excellent. Next thing, I hear a lot of people say, training dummies. Just go to the training dummies, you'll be fine. I agree and disagree. I agree that when you first set up your bars and you think you're good for the controller, you give it a go and see what feels right, you should do that. Absolutely, I agree with that. However, that's kind of where it ends. I find the dummy lies to you. Because very quickly you're like, I can totally do this. I'm just watching my bar and we're just going easy peasy. I only messed my rotation up twice. Tells you you're doing better than you are. At least that's what it felt like. So what I did is started doing dungeons. I started with the low-level dungeons. Sastasha and Tamtara, we spent some time there. And what I learned very quickly is, first of all, with less spells that you need to know, you learn where the basics are quickly. You learn how to use the controller. That's the important part. It's mostly the controller. You only have one healing spell. You only have one taunt. You only have 2 defensives. Like, you're going to be fine. But it gives you that time. And, in case y'all forgot, Final Fantasy is actually a really good community. So if you are a healer, you can tell the tank, hey, I'm learning this on controller. Please take it slow. And they do. Without issue. It was great. Thank you, random tank. This bears repeating. It takes a while to get there. I had some level 80 characters, and learning what to do from scratch on a controller was hard. It took levels of dungeons, like 2 or 3 levels in some cases. The Paladin probably took me the longest, like 6, 7 levels. I brought it from 68, 70 to 80. But we got it. And once you start getting that stuff down, you get your muscle memory. And then you know where your holy shit, what did you do? Why are you dying? Buttons are. A little teeny weeny tip in there. You may make adjustments to your setup many times. Even like 10 levels later, you're like, you know what? That's probably faster there. I tend to click there for it anyway. Keep adjusting. There's nothing wrong with adjusting. You're good. So it takes time, and it takes patience, which I admit is a skill I was not born with. And I'm not blessed with that one. That was one I have to work for. But once you get it, it's good. Playing Final Fantasy XIV is really good on controller. It's comfortable. You can sit back in your chair, or you can play it from the couch, or you can just enjoy it. Maybe you have accessibility issues where you need a controller. It doesn't matter. It works. I did want to take 2 minutes to talk about the stigma behind controller play. And that's generally on PC. I don't know how much of it is in Final Fantasy XIV. I'm not that deep into the community and the Reddit. But as gamers, I know you have heard people poke fun at each other for stuff like, you're not playing it on PC, you're not playing it. You're playing a shooter on a controller. Get good. Or No, I play it on mouse and keyboard. I'm a better player. You need to learn how to aim. This is shit we hear all the time. Games exist for having fun. Period, end point, and making some company bajillions of dollars. I'm learning that. But generally speaking, they're for fun. So if you want to play on a controller, have a fucking ball. Enjoy it. Don't let anybody stop you. You'll be fine if your friend plays it on a controller, I assure you. Alright? We can leave that shit in the past, I think. I also didn't mention accessibility a whole lot here because there are a large group of players who can't play on mouse and keyboard. And to limit them to, you're not a gamer because you're not playing it like I think you should, bitch, go take a nap. No. People have fun. People are gaming. People are enjoying games. Controller, mouse, and keyboard. Enjoy it. Sorry for that little rant. It's something that I still can't believe is a thing, but it's a thing. Hey, what can we do? Which do I prefer, though? After putting a lot of time into it, after understanding how it works, I like the controller. My stubborn ass is about, yep, I like the controller. I think it's comfortable. I like sitting back in my chair. I like how simple things are on the controller. I like the keyboard being very close so I can chat with people. I like that. I know some people buy the little keyboard things for the, whatever. You do you, boo. But I really enjoy it on mouse and, controller. I think it's comfortable. And I don't hit my mic as much when I talk because my hands are stuck onto something. Listen, I'm French, the hands go. It's not my fault, okay? Your girl's playing on controller now? She likes it. But which do you prefer? Let me know in the comment section down below. Again, there's no wrong answers. Play it the way you like it. End point. But I'm still curious. Let me know. If you like this video, give me a big old thumbs up. If you didn't, well, cool. Be honest with me. I'm a big girl. I can handle it. Bonus points if you tell me why you didn't like it. Feedback is the best way to improve. And if you like videos like these, you like lore, deep dives, Final Fantasy, gaming, hardware, me, I don't know, hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, ring that bell. That way you'll get notifications every time I go live or upload, which we do a lot. Stream 3 nights a week, upload at least once a week, which we're doing a lot more of. And we have a ball. We have fun on controller. I'm kidding. Well, not really, but you know. Have a legendary day, and thanks so much for being here. I can't wait to see you guys again on the next one. Bye. That's right. I waited to get my grippies from Amazon before learning the controller because this girl loves her grippies, okay? That's right. The rumors are true. I am a grippy girl.